This little boy was murdered, but somehow every piece of evidence pointed to one man, his own father. David tried everything he could to defend himself in court, but with witness after witness testifying against him, he was ultimately sentenced to life in prison. Even his wife lost faith in him, and just like that, David spent the next 5 years behind bars. He thought the rest of his life would be spent in prison, drowning in guilt for failing to protect his son. But then one day, a visitor he hadn't seen in 5 years suddenly changed everything. Rachel came to visit him in prison, holding a photograph in her hand. A few weeks earlier, she had gone on a trip, and in one of the pictures, there was a boy who looked almost exactly like David's son. More importantly, the boy had the same birthmark on his face. 5 years had passed, so of course his son's appearance could have changed. But the moment David saw that photo, he was sure that boy was his son. In order to find him and clear his own name, David became emotional and demanded to speak with the warden. But Officer Vincent didn't care about his request. Instead of helping him, he coldly locked David back inside his cell. While David was still overwhelmed by the possibility that his son might actually be alive, Vincent quietly pulled out his phone and sent a mysterious text message to someone. The next day, David finally got to meet the warden. The warden had been a close friend of David's father, so over the years, he had always looked out for David. But when David told him that his son might still be alive, the warden tried to talk him down. He reminded David that they had DNA evidence. They had a body. As far as the case was concerned, his son Matthew could not possibly be alive. To him, this was nothing more than David's imagination, trying to protect him from the truth. But David didn't know how to explain it. All he knew was that his instincts were screaming at him. Something about the night his son disappeared was never right. David insisted on looking through the old case files again, because deep down, he knew one thing for sure. He could never have killed his own son. The warden still believed Matthew was dead, but the look in David's eyes made him start to question everything. So the next day, he went to see David's father. Years ago, the warden and David's father had been partners on the police force. The warden told him that he had seen all kinds of killers in prison, and every one of them had something in their eyes, something that never really went away, no matter how many years passed. But with David, he had never seen that look. David's father, however, seemed more willing to trust the facts. Maybe Matthew's death had filled him with resentment toward David too, but their final exchange revealed something strange. It seemed that David's father and the warden had done something on the night of the incident, and as the warden left, a strange man was secretly watching him from a distance. That night, the warden finally had someone quietly bring Matthew's case files to David. Inside the file were all the key pieces of evidence from the trial. According to the investigation, David had a long history of sleepwalking. The police believe he may have killed his son during a sleepwalking episode and then woken up with no memory of it. On top of that, there were no signs of forced entry at the house. The body was too badly injured to be visually identified, but DNA confirmed that it belonged to Matthew. The murder weapon was a baseball bat, later found in the woods, and the key witness was a female neighbor. She claimed that on the night of the murder, she personally saw David burying something in the woods behind the house. She then identified him in court, but David knew he had never done that, which meant one thing: that neighbor must have lied under oath. And all the signs were now pointing to a terrifying truth. This case was hiding a secret far bigger than anyone had imagined.